Now we move on to agility training. Since the dog has covered the earlier levels, they are good at taking a treat, focusing on you, and behaving well on a leash. And all of those are important at this stage. Some of the dogs you'll see here are on a leash and some are not. In the beginning, you'll definitely want to use a leash. And anytime there's another dog on the course, you would certainly want to use a leash. Before you do any of the hurdles, say jump, and then when you get to that first hurdle, it's over, and the second and third over. And ideally, you just treat the dog after the third one, but initially, just to get the dog to get the idea and jump over the first one, you may have to treat them each time. For the bridge, as you're approaching, say bridge, and then walk it. Initially, you'll probably have to give them a treat many times along that bridge. Later on, you may just have to give him one at the end. On the chance that they jump off or slip off, make sure you can easily give them a lot of leash so that they don't get hurt. To get the dog to go through this metal tube, you say tunnel and through it. It's good, at least initially, to have a person at each end so the dog gets the idea of going through. You can even have a long leash that goes all the way through, and you hook up the dog at one end and guide him through to the other end. For the A-frame, you say, A-frame, walk it, and you lead the dog over it. Initially, you may need to give them treats along the way, but eventually they'll just expect one at the end. For the ring, the commands are ring and through it. And initially the dog probably won't know what to do, so you lead him up to it, then you put the leash through the ring and you urge him to come through. For the Teeter Totter, the commands are teeter and walk it. It's good to have the dog slow down or stop in the middle as the Teeter Totter shifts its weight. Otherwise, it may slam down and surprise the dog, or it may come out from underneath the dog. Just like with the metal tube, the commands for this wooden tunnel are tunnel, through it. Again, you can have a person on each end to initially give the dog the idea of going through, or have a long leash and you hook it up to the dog at one end and guide him through. With the platforms, just say hup and tap on the platform or point to it to give the dog the idea. With the tires, say tires hup. The idea behind the agility training is not to make a bunch of competition-level agility dogs, although that could happen. It's more to challenge the dogs, give them something to think about, and give them some self-confidence. Then when they're back in their kennels, they're not just bored, they're thinking about this good experience and they're feeling good about themselves. They're less likely to act up and bark at the other dogs around them.